builds are being buffed for NBA 2K27? A playtester dev reveals? We're gonna get nostalgia of 2K15? Is he baiting us? And we got a lot more 2K27 and things going on in the gaming industry to talk about, man. Y'all be sure to subscribe if you want the greatest updates for yourself when NBA 2K27 hits, man. No double twisting over here. No cucumber treatment.
Is bigger builds having a plethora of animations to choose from, and also bigger builds now becoming more of a traditional up-to-date current to how how in the NBA is, where big guards, big guards.
So this is apparently what he suspects. Guys, y'all let me know if he's basically saying these recent 2Ks, big builds couldn't get jiggy. Do y'all think that? I feel like they moves damn near on the guard level besides the speed glitch, which is an exploit. So it's not even, you could be just as effective on a big guard. And now he's saying, as you're gonna hear more, young nephew, that they're gonna have access to way more dribble moves, way more moves in general. I see a lot of big guards going crazy, so I don't know. Could be something to see. We've had several 2Ks like that.
I mean, you can go right now and look at the layup animations, the dribble animations, jump shot animations. Whenever you say jump shot, there's a lot of jump shot animations. But if you're looking at dribble sigs and you're looking at leaners, hop jumpers, that type of sort, massively restricted on what you can do and what animations you can get. Now,
is it massively restricted? The animations is just as good compared to the small builds. Overall, actually being effective. The normal 2 everyone got. There's other hop jumpers. I mean, only one you don't really got is the super meta ones, the Kyle Lowry and the Steph Curry ones. So they gonna give us more animation, even though they give us the same NBA animations every year. Are y'all just gonna make animations out of nowhere? It doesn't make sense to me. I guess they're saying they're gonna give you access to more animation, basically making small guards useless. Is that what is being said? Because it don't make sense. They don't be making up animations like they should. My whole thought process is no animation should be locked that we've had for years. Everything that should be locked should be completely new, and it should be meta change, but not to where it make you have to go make a build for a certain rating. It should already be in the spectrum, right? And it's just new, it's updated, or it could be meta combating. You know, I think that would be cool for the game, but these guys are bots.
I believe the reason being is because if you give bigs any type of decent animation, everybody's going to make them and they're going to be all over the place. 9 was cut off at 80 ball handle. I can see 610s ball handle now, or the dribble sigs that you usually get for 80 would now be unlockable at 75, plus with more animations. So
y'all excited about that?
To me, I feel like that has to be the direction, just because you cannot come back into a 2K where it's going to be the same exact setup that it was from the previous 2K. You've already nerfed 6'9s. You've done, well, I want to say nerfed. I would say you're not able to make the same 6'9 you made in 25 and 26, right? Excuse me. We know in 25 the 6'9.
They always tweak it, so I mean,
really good. So, and the same thing for like lockdown at 6'6. You know, you had limitations. You couldn't make a Giannis because once you're 6'10, you're not able to get, on-ball minutes, right? Expect that stuff to change also, because there was a massive outcry on that.
Hey, click. He's saying that clamps is gonna be for taller builds now. Big lockdowns return? I don't know. I felt like bigger builds, they still play defense fairly well, even without those badges. Even though there's no defense in the game, but I felt like compared to other builds, they still play defense fairly well.
Right? There are people like, Giannis is literally one of the best defenders in the world. Why can I not get clamps? Right? You should be able to get clamps.
Probably because there'll be no reason to make a smaller build.
So on 6'10", 6'11s, hell, I believe you should be able to get clamps as high as you possibly can. I feel like there needs to be some type of change in that direction with the builder, because the
change would have to be your other attributes going down, or you just make a demigod. Which do y'all prefer?
There's so many great taller players that are great defensive players, and even as a tall player that is a great defensive player like Jaren Jackson, you know, you do him injustice when you have somebody that can win defensive player of the year and try to act like he can't play in the perimeter. He doesn't have that type of impact on your shooting. So even
they say the average height 6'7" in the NBA on builds fried.
Even if you make a Giannis build and you have high interior defense, without being able to have on-ball minutes, you're not really able to play like Giannis can really play in the NBA. So I feel like that is something that's going to be adjusted also. These taller builds will have a place in here. These taller builds will be very, very relevant. And these taller builds will be
will have a place, will be very, very relevant, will have immaculate defense. Will.
Extremely fun and extremely powerful. And I've always been a proponent of, hey, listen, just because you make something better, in this case, the big's taller and more powerful, doesn't mean you make the other builds less. There's always going to be a place for a 6'4" guard. Let's just keep it a stack. There's always going to be a place for them 6'4", 6'2" guards, right? You're going to see them all the time in Pro-Am. You're going to see them on the stage because they're quicker and these guys love the left, right. They'll find a way. Okay, but what we haven't been able to see is those individual guards, bigs, that can truly play on the perimeter, see in the perimeter without having.
What this will make is people just, what he's describing in his video, this is just the ability for people to run 3 centers basically. Because if your center could play defense, it could dribble and score. There's no point to make anything else, and you can rebound. There's no point to make anything else. I don't think they be thinking things through, but hey.
When you open up NBA 2K27, you see that, push crossovers and all that, and there's like 20 different animations. Yo, like, this is crazy. Click, 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 click.
He's saying 20 different push crossover animations for centers? God damn, they gonna be good? Is he basically saying the expansion of pro play is gonna be way more? We do deserve way more animations, bro. There's so many different dribble moves in real life. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. And pro play is basically a sham, scam, fake. Kyrie should have over 100 moves in the game. If pro play was so real, guys, and they're just downloading camera footage, every NBA player should have 20 different move sets for every different genre.
It's going to be crazy, right? When you see the requirements that are not as low, as high to be able to get those, your quick first step is going to be adjusted, to be able to have that. I think will push the game forward and have a different type of impact than we currently have. A lot of people might have the 2K15 PTSD, when they have them 7-footers running around to do everything.
Leak, 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 leak. 7-footers, demigod, do everything. Look, first off, you didn't play 2K15. Pretty sure he started in 19 or 20. He used to play with young nephew. He was actually an industry plant sent by the 2K Illuminati 2K devs to be implanted on the community. Everything that he wanted the game to be, it turned into in the future. It's kind of crazy. But guys, 2K15 was not 7-foot demigods. It's a myth, okay? Let me educate you guys again. I don't know why I have to keep doing this. Only 1% of people had demigods, and it was at the very end of the year. We're talking last 2 months. How does that represent a whole game? 2K15 had one of the shortest heights on the game. No one knew about it or even did it. They were usually just in the stage. At that, you never ran into them. People got all them demigod videos when 2K16 was out. They went back and did all the demigod stuff. So how does that represent 2K15? That don't make sense. If some game-breaking glitch came out at the end of a 2K cycle, how does that then represent the whole game for the whole year? That don't even make sense. Just like they said the shooting was crazy easy. The shooting was at the end of the game. 2K15 had one of the hardest shooting systems before they made it way easier. It used to be hard to score 40 in the rec while being him, but then they made it easy and then everyone could just start dropping 100 points if you were him. Who's making a 7-foot demigod, man?
But I don't expect that, but I do expect the fact that if you make a 7'4", it's just not gonna be a clunky just spot-up shooter. You know how overpowered it was as a spot-up shooter, but it just really is not conducive to today's basketball, where we have right now individuals like Wemby that are really dominating, even like Chet Holmgren, right? At his height, he can put the ball on the floor, and you can see the difference. Wemby and Chet Holmgren, they're not out there, first of all, Wemby's an outlier because he is out there literally, sizing up, bringing the ball between his legs and that type of deal. But regardless, expect that. That's what I'm expecting. I believe, again, based upon everything that I've seen as far as the cycle goes, to be able to see a 6'10" build be able to get what 6'9s were able to get. Maybe that is the cutoff. But who knows? I'm thinking that we at 6'11" can be able to get a 75. If 6'10s can get 80 ball handle, there's out there that can do that. And I just think it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be different because we're never gonna be in a place when you have a builder and you have the people as good as they are to where smaller guards are just not gonna be relevant.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Now, I think the whole reason to this, to be honest, I think they're gonna make it to where possibly where you could just keep, how you could just transport to different parks. I think you're gonna be able to just limitlessly go to 24 different parks or 24 different recs or something. That would be the only reason to show this with the background, right? These are their parks or environment. Maybe they get rid of the park and they just do straight matchmaking and you pick your maps. Maybe they just have a bunch of maps now. That's what I'm thinking possible. Guys giving a countdown for the cover. Ultimately said, make another proving grounds where you can still dashboard. I'ma laugh. This is hilarious. What's it been, like 3 years in a ranking system and you could just dashboard and get on the leaderboard? Ah, damn, somebody gotta get fired. Y'all finna add all these trash real life parks. We still going to GTA? Hey, he got the same idea. People do not seem happy, man. Most people are upset. World, if you remaster 2K16. I don't like the remaster word. I wish people would say be inspired by So the creators are happy. 21 days, eyes, they're happy. The creators are happy. What is going on? Are y'all talking to them? I don't understand why y'all are quoting this with eyes. I don't get it. Creators, they're the happy ones, but not the community. Stop posting BS. Isn't that funny? Why always be right about everything? Look at the two people that went up the Statue of Liberty, make 2K great again. This is crazy. Now look, Cleaner, he posts these hairstyles. Here's some of my favorite hairstyles from a PC mod that opens your eyes to the levels. He's right. These are cool little hairstyles. They have limitless hairstyles. I don't know why the hairstyles usually suck every year. It's very confusing. Do y'all think the hairstyles is good? Why do hairs, and it's not no nostalgia stuff. I hate when people be like romanticizing the past. Rose-tinted glasses, guys. We are grown men, human beings, the smartest things on the planet. We can compare things and like different things because of certain things, certain aspects of it, certain intangibles of it. Why did the hairstyles on 15 look way better? The cornrows looked way better. They had the 17 gray dreads. I don't know why they still not bringing it back. They gotta be using AI, because how many times have people complained about bringing these hairstyles and they never bring them back? 23 froze, 16 hairstyles. There's some other hairstyles. It's like, I don't know. I'm not really a customization guy. I just don't get it. It's $100 to build. The customization should be elite. We got Young Bad. Streak hunting has to be in 2K27. Literally one of the best ideas ever. It was cool, but the cheaters definitely cooked it. Okay? And the thing is, I mean, he might be happy of it because he could use it for content. And a lot of the people that are using it for content, I don't know about badge. I don't know. But a lot of creators are literally making names for themselves, cheating, streak hunting, and posting the videos. And guys, if anyone's pulling up on cheaters and beating the hell out of them all the time, they're probably most likely cheating. I don't know how you guys aren't figuring this out. You don't pull up on cheaters. Why do you think a creator is? And I don't understand. Or I can see how it make people think about it, because you could blow up, get known, change the rest of your life to start cheating on the goddamn video game and beat cheaters. Isn't that crazy? And no one suspects it. Makes no sense. Badge also says in the rec you can go on a win streak. That would be cool if the opposing team can see that before the game. That'd be a W. Huge new idea, Badge. And also the streak hunt, you should definitely get VC for having streaks go up. And there needs to be a 15-minute for come arounds, because a lot of people are cheating and then giving VC to dummy accounts and stuff. They need to do the 15 minutes until you could come around again. So the stop cooking games failed. Requires paid games to be playable after they shut down has failed. They basically saying they did it sloppy and they're gonna redo it again. Hopefully it works out, man. We'll be happy and own nothing. Harlan posted a tweet. It's not a dead park. Over 60 people in the server. 2 courts packed. The 3 courts have a need 5, need 5, need 3, need 2, but y'all choose to remove a 2 court. Exactly. They need to cut the 3 courts in half to have people wait for games and overfill the server. That's how you create back-to-back games. It's not a hard concept. Keep everything close knit. Cut down the courts, overfill it so people don't just keep running away. And you got back-to-back games. It's not a hard concept, man. So Ronnie 2K is making a documentary, guys. The most hated, they hated the player, the story. So they're laughing at him. What do you even do? Marketing, not game development. We know this. Jay, you said on your live stream that 2K20 Park wasn't the same park as 2K19 and it ended up all being a lie. You're right. Owned it when it happened. Did he? Been solid since. I mean, you just not even popping up anymore. You're not leaking no info no more. Letting nephew do it. Everybody flaming, buddy. So you acknowledge everybody flaming, buddy. Nobody watching. Damn. Hey man, apparently like none of this is real. Casuals are just very happy. Everybody loves Ronnie. Yeah, so everyone's upset, but apparently just how people feel, just like you're just fake. Like most people in the game, they don't feel like this apparently, man. Y'all be sure to hype up the video, get in them comments. I'm responding to every. Be sure to join the Discord for the 2K27 leaks.
But hey, here we go again. Yeah. Here we go again. People talking this, but when this hit the fan, everything I'm at made me. Now break it down. Yo, off the top of the dome.